you just trying to pop an inside right now?
No, so I'm using the worst one I've got, but also the best. We just pulled this in. I've got to make a piece to go behind the other hood. So in the hood's here, remember we extended those front fenders just about a foot, okay?
So you're going to cut off this joint?
Yeah, so we're gonna cut this back piece off. I'm gonna cut a foot off of this. Now I just realized I'm gonna have to blend this, which means we're gonna have to shrink this here down in this. We got this little nose piece here.
Are we gonna cut it like that or at the end?
We'll cut it here because this piece is gonna go back up against the cab. So we want to keep this shape here. All right. Now part of the problem is all of this underneath. We got to figure out what to do with that. But first, I need to cut long for this piece. Then we'll put it in, mark everything, work everything, get the new hood in. You know, we'll work everything that way. If I can spit it out.
Are we gonna cut it out like? Are we gonna like mark it all the way along?
So basically, I'm going to be about 11 and a half to 12 inches that I need to add into this. And then we also need to deduct for the little gap, for this gap. So, because we're going to have a gap on the back, and we'll have a little tiny bit of gap between the hood and this piece. We're not just going to extend the hood. I'm just building another filler body panel right there. My spacing is a minimum of 11 and a half inches, okay? So I'm going to go 11 and a half inches, but I also want some metal to roll down and bend and create a nice front edge. I'm going to measure to match this, and then we're going to cut it past, and then we'll cut it down. So I know I need 11 and a half. I need space. I'm going to go 13 inches, okay? And what I'm going to do is just follow the body line of this at 13 inches.
Sounds good.
Okay, so since I'm blowing holes in it, I'm going to put a piece of metal behind it. We're going to put this in. Now the plan is to use this as some self-tappers. Okay, actually we'll use the short ones. And we're going to hold it in place, and then we'll weld it in, pull the screws out, we'll weld in those holes. We need to carefully flip this. We're going to pick it up and lay it over like this, okay? Okay. All right, so we got the hood cut. Now we got to start the actual body work on it. That's the fun part, right? We're going to figure out how to get this front piece curved back, keep a nice shape to it and everything, and yet there's two pieces of metal on most of this, so it's going to be fun. I'm thinking I'm going to have to cut it, heat it, and bend it. All right, let's bring everybody up to date. We've done a ton of welding. They went, I got good penetration and everything, but it doesn't look as pretty. So as I called up a friend of mine that's a welder, I said, hey, how about coming and give me some pointers? And he goes, you know, he's retired, first of all. He goes, sometimes a good grinder makes a good welder. Basically gets more practice too. So, well, I decided to get back into it, and I went at it, and I welded, and I welded, and I welded, and I welded, and I ground, and I ground, and I ground, and yeah, it's like, well, there's going to be more grinding and cleanup, and we'll go from there. All right, so the plan is to get this thing cut in. I built some other supports to go around to kind of help keep everything lined up. I'm hoping I can So let's see what we can do. Sounds dry. So now I could tell it was pinching off too much. I wasn't going to get the blade out yet. So I did not want to stop, but we're going to pinch the blade and I might not get it out. So now we'll take that blade and set it aside. And I know that it dove in this way, which is fine. I can grind it off versus trying to weld it. So now I'm going to go grab another blade, hopefully. All right, we've installed a new blade. Now we're going to cut this other side and hopefully drop this piece down without harming anything. All right, that's pulling pretty darn tight on that. We're going to leave another blade here now. Well, that one didn't pop off as easy as the last one. There we go. Okay, before we do blade number 3, my thought is to weld in a support across this on the bottom to help keep things just kind of lined up. I still dropped it, knocked everything else down too. I'm going to put this up against the other piece, see how it looks, see if I need to spread this thing hydraulically. Okay, so now I'm thinking I should have welded that support in, and because it would have helped keep it from pinching on itself, but I didn't, so oh well. Now I cut out 8 1/4, but I really needed 8 3/8, and I figured with the thickness of the wall of the portaband would be right on, but we're not. Yeah, I guess it is important that we're lined up too. We're lined up dang close. Close enough. So we are going to take off a little bit more on this left-hand side. Now the bottom arched on me a little bit, but I can grind that out. But that, 1/4 inch gap, let's see if we fit. Let's see. Oh, perfect. The bottom actually holds it in just about perfect too. So now we got to find our angle to that as well. So what we need to do now is straighten up this little bottom edge, bevel this whole edge all the way around on both of them, put some type of clamped straight pipe across or bar across the top of this thing. Sounds dry. Now my thought is this unistrut, it's got a lot of structural strength to it versus a square tube. Square tube can flatten, plus this open side kind of helps to match that curve. If I can match the curve of the pipe. Now I'm going to get one more strut in on the back side of this. So you can see this open side here and that open end. Here, I'll get you a little closer. That should help to line it up and keep it with the curve of the pipe. Now I really should have put this on the bottom. Now I got clamps in the way. I'll be able to tack it in there. That'll be fine. Let's see. I'm more worried about hitting my face on those. Need to clamp this in place see my angle, see what I like. But I happened to drop my clamp, my last one, down on the floor. So we gotta go get it. Hopefully you can see this amazing side with all of the clamps everywhere, holding everything in place. No. Ah, caught it. That was a close call. All right, you can see right here, I want to kind of match this. I need to be able to I want to get that as straight as I can. But, so now you can see the problem. I'm going to have to custom build a different one of these. Because this angle, if I go this way, is going to overshoot. So if I go this way, I'm going to overshoot. If I go this way, like right here, obviously it's not enough. So what if I bring it down about right there? And then we'll custom make one of those. Just try not to slip and impale myself on one of these. That would really suck. Okay, more than suck. Oh! Well, I just lost my angle. Think that's close right there. Hard to tell now that I've no, that's not far enough down. That's basically the same spot I had it before. No, I think I've got it. I'm wondering if I should pull that fitting off, cut it down. Kind of wonder if I should pull that off, cut it down, drop it down, see if I can make that angle. We'll have to create a new edge on it. A new, oh, what do you call it? A little rim edge. I don't know what it's called. Not right now. A little beveled edge. I think what I'm going to do is run in and see if I can't order another fitting. That should be a 45 right there. Okay, welding mason. I'm not welding you though, just in case so you know. Well, if I don't like the angle, that's too bad. That's where it's at. Thought about bringing it straight out, but nah, we'll put a curve to it. It takes more work, but it'll be good. What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Just wandering around, trying not to be bored.
Trying to get Mason to stop pinching me.
Oh, like this?
No.
Like this?
My arms are
Like this? Like this? Like this? I didn't get you, really. Oh, the camera didn't even get you either. Okay. I should get you. I should get you. Should I get him?
No.
Should I get him? Yeah.
No, in the comments.
Yes, yes,
No,
in the comments.
no.
Yes.
No.
To be continued.
Whichever side I'm doing, one of them's gonna be looking at my butt. Whichever side I do, the camera's gonna be looking at my butt.
And I'll switch.
What? Am I good to go?
Bro, remember, you can always take more off. Okay, so my plan here is to cost me a whole bunch of time and labor and money in doing something I probably shouldn't, but will hopefully turn out to be really cool. I'm going to cut this, and we're going to sleeve this, and we're going to get our exhaust in, and we're going to plug this and make this an air tank. That's the plan. All right, boys. I need you guys to dismantle this. We're going to take this off so that we can finish the welding. So you've got some temporary bolts in here. Still might shift a little bit. But yeah, we need to get those 6 bolts out. All right. I've marked it, so we're going to be careful with that. and we're going to take it out, we're going to bring it over, and we're going to do our fabrication on it.
What
We'll do the
fabrication
other
do we need to
side.
do?
We'll do the other side after we know we've got this side right.
All right.
All right, lift. Okay, all right. Let's let that end down gently. We're gonna dump that out real quick.
We just spent the last 2 hours making those circles pretty much perfect. Keegan's standing them now.
It took 3 minutes on the table. And I'm not
Actually
even
more about,
video.
Dad said in seconds he cut them out. Probably about a minute. Alright, and then also, we also got these things, the step stools. Normally, I couldn't stand here, or else I would have a thing through my stomach, and it'd probably hurt. He's welding right now. We're having my sister-in-law clean the Kubota. To be honest, it's been kind of a boring day in the shop. It's not been too fun. So, haven't used that in a while. Yeah, I'm taller than you.
Oh, hey, Mason, let's put bloody knuckles.
No. Okay, if I get those.
Alright, come on, let's put bloody knuckles.
No.
You can hit first.
No. That would hurt so freaking bad.
I've got a good weld on there for that. I didn't realize there's only like 2 little tiny tack welds holding that one on. I'm like, no! All my tolerances are going to be out of whack. So I hurried and got a weld on that. It should be good. If it's off, we'll just hook a strap to it and yank it down and see what we can do. So, we got to get these things plugged, get the sleeve in it, and then, oh, we got the plugs. Thank you. Let's go see if they work. So what my plan is I'm going to drop this in. I got to put a little handle on it, and we're going to put it inside there, down into about here, and then we're going to put a weld on the inside of that thing and seal it off, and that's going to become our air chamber, our air tank. And then this is going to go inside of it, down to that plug, and we'll weld it in there probably with the stick, and after we tack weld straight, you know, get it all in line first. And then this will weld. This will then slide into the other the rear roll cage, whatever the rest of the roll cage in the back. It'll slide into it, and then we'll put 2 big old bolts through it and hold it in. So the other side of this is going to come into here, slide up into here, and it'll be bolted through on this. Okay. So really, the strength comes from this. If I'm pulling on this, then it's going to pull against that bolt.